Good evening. The first thing we like to say is thank you very much for selecting again our project, and please not pay too much attention to my peculiar English. The writer Eduardo Mendoza has said that Barcelona is a city of marvels where anything can happen, and today I would like to tell you about a marvelous story. There are many different Barcelonas, but this project is not in the modernist Barcelona or the Olympic Barcelona. It involves a humble neighbor that developed in the 60s. This is the history of a small sports facility built with public funds and located in the outskirts of Barcelona. The city organized a public tender, as a result of which our project was chosen in account of its urban integration, sustainability, and respect for the environment. Our project is located in a neighborhood called Turó de la Peira, a neighborhood with low-cost social housing and with a high concentration of residential buildings. In the past, it was a chaotic place, consisting of a sum of residual spaces. It was unstructured and without center, and the sports court was just in the middle. These are the pictures before the intervention, where we can see the total absence of vegetation and an excess of concrete. And so the city of marvels changed from being black and white to being green. Where a concrete plaza used to be, now there is a garden which is almost an extension of one of the buildings. By merging two obsolete facilities, a new garden was allowed to emerge, as well as a new construction that endows the neighbor with a brand new personality. As may be seen in this plan and cross-section, the new area has a central axis that serves as a meeting point for neighbors and also as a preamble to the facility. The building responds to a double situation: the urban facade and the grid facade towards the garden. The facade to the street has an urban character, with a corner porch that extends the sidewalk. And here we have the green facade, where the building minimizes its impact to the garden with a green gallery that surrounds it. And this view, we can see how the volume appears as another element of the garden. The green gallery is a bioclimatic space that protects the building from the sun. The plantation system is hydroponic, which is light and efficient in water consumption. The water collected in the roof is recycled for the irrigation of the green facade. And that's the view of the sports car when we can see how the green invades the inside. This is another view of the sports car that shows how natural light is special and enveloping. This is a passive space considering natural ventilation. There are 24 skylights and windows that open by a domotic system controlled by sensors, which detect humidity, temperature, CO2, and rain. The wooden structure is exposed, providing warmth and natural finish. And this is the swimming pool under the sports car. A sequence of large beams gives powerful character to the space. The wood provides a comfortable atmosphere compared to other similar facilities. The building has been designed with natural materials and sustainable criteria, and is in the process of LEED Platinum certification. This building is energetically efficient because it's designed with passive architectural criteria. It uses efficient system, and the energy production is renewable. In this cross-section, we can see some of these aspects: natural ventilation and lighting, solar roof photovoltaic panels, an aerothermal system for climatic conditioning and hot water. The project is also sustainable with the use of water because reduced water demand, water recovery and reuse, and water return to the water table. Here we can see the two different large tanks recover water from the roof and the showers, and the draining slips and the permeable surfaces that return water to the water table. And the use of low environmental impact materials is mainly of the wood structure. Wood has excellent characteristics in relation of its life cycle, and it proceeds from controlled wood-certified forests in the north of Spain. The following images show the vertiginous process of construction that took place in only 8 weeks. Let me show you a little video of only 3 minutes. It's not sound?
Sound? Sound, please. Those things, oh goodness. 2 years.
So within the video is a good summary of the work. And going to the conclusion, this architectural work has provided the neighbor with character and a sense of identity. It has created a garden that blends in with the architecture since it penetrates into the building. It's a sustainable and respectful intervention with the environment. And the most important is now the residents may enjoy a garden and a warm sports facility where there used to be an ugly concrete black and white space. Thank you for your time.
It's a little bit atypical situation. So normally we have swimming hole and then next to it another hole. Now they are top each other. And I think this solution, you go to a ramp to the upper floor, to the main, I understood. But so you are dividing from outside already the people going up and the people are going to the pool. Is that?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see a layout. That's why I'm.
Yeah. In fact, there are two different
So
facilities.
when you are up, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
there are
When
two
you are
different
upstairs, you don't feel there is a pool down.
because the people who goes to the pool doesn't go to play a football match. So the
They
entry,
never come together. If,
the person the people who owns this facility, it's are the same, but there are different facilities. The entry of the pool is through the garden, and the entry to the sports course is through the street. You enter to a intermediate level. There are the vestidors, and after the court, the sports court is in the top.
and
So, no, go ahead.
one thing more, and then you have different feelings in the pool area with your beams,
Yeah.
full beams, and then a different character in the ball area, or how you can say the multifunctional. Is that an architectural decision, or the engineer said it's a lighter version of wood on the top, or?
No, the very big beams.
I know, but
are,
you can do it
the
also.
engineers say it must be big. It must be big because
But you
on the
want
top.
the bolts the same, or you decided from zero and it can be like the engineer decided?
We wanted to put together.
No.
I don't
mean,
understand.
when you are in the swimming area, you
Yeah.
have these full beams,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And this is one of the part of the main architecture. You can see
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
They are nice.
Yeah.
But when you go up, you have a lighter version.
Yeah.
It's like more a steel
Truss.
work, but
Truss, timber
Truss.
truss.
Yeah.
Timber
Timber
truss.
truss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is that an architectural decision?
In fact, it's an economical decision also because it's not need to have all massive.
Yeah.
Beams.
I guess what we're trying to get at, at least I think we're trying to get at, is that it seems to be three different spaces, but one building with a garden. So your first step was you said we need to remove these two facilities because we need a public open space. So you made a public open space. But the public open space just doesn't seem to be it seems to be more of a pathway. And then you took the two buildings and you put them on top of each other.
Yeah.
And it looks like one building, but it's really two very different buildings with separate entrances.
Yes.
And there's not even, other than the changing rooms, I don't get a sense of there being any kind of knuckle or any kind of core to it. It's a little, I think we're all trying to figure out, is it one building, two buildings, three spaces? Functionally, we understand
Yeah.
it. I'm just conceptually trying to.
Yeah. In fact, there is a visual relation between the two buildings.
Well, it's one building,
If we will,
Two
we go
floors.
here,
2 floors, but one building.
Do they share the changing rooms? Or do they have
this
separate
is-
changing rooms?
This picture,
Yeah.
the top picture, is taken from the entry of the sports court.
So you can see it.
So you can see people swimming, but this is different, obviously different facilities. Is not possible. There is a stair inside. You can go, but people doesn't do that.
I want to ask about the green space outside because in the presentation you showed one slide that showed before and after.
Yeah.
And before was a monochromatic concrete space.
Yeah.
And after you said it's all the colors and all the nature.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see trees or much landscaping. It's very delicate and very subtle. Why is it so subtle? It's like it's also just one or two shades of green, and it's the same plant throughout. And it doesn't seem to be a public space, more like a circulation space, a path.
Yeah, this is all taken up.
Yeah, because there is a different
Levels?
level between the two streets, and they say you must do all the ways. ¿Puedes pasar la planta, por favor? Sí, sí. You can do all the different ways
Yeah.
without stairs.
Okay.
So that's the reason.
So it's a
And-
ramping plaza,
Eh?
like a plaza on a ramp.
Yeah, pasa la siguiente. Just in the middle, it's a space, I don't have photos here, for children, because there is a school near this, in the other side of the facility, and the children go through the playing place and go to the school. It's amusing. and the low part, it's in white in this here, between the green space and the building in the low part. It's a place for the old people who has a local for all people.
You have a very powerful energy concept. I would say, that you gain almost 90% of your energy from the roof, etc. So you have a very good sustainable concept. Also, you could say circular. You have a very circular building as well. Wood can be reused in many interesting ways. Did you try to push that circularity topic a bit more? Because I noticed that windows, for instance, are in aluminium or steel. Did you try it harder to make the building almost 400% in wood? Have you tried it, or did you never thought that was so necessary?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat?
Frames are aluminium. Maybe there was an image.
The windows.
Windows.
Well,
Why are the
your
windows-
topic of sustainability is a strong one, and the topic on circularity too, because it's a wooden structure.
Yeah.
What can be reused, but I mean,
There's also a lot of steel and concrete in addition
Yeah.
to the wood. I think that's the question.
There's also steel. Yeah. And wood. Okay. Yes. The concrete is in the basement.
Right.
Of course, it must be concrete. And the steel is, the main structure is wood, only wood. Pillars, beams, and slabs, all is wood. But the secondary structure, it's hanging. It was with wood. It would be too big. And it's in the exterior, and it's for the plants, and so it's much easier with metal.
Could you talk a little more about how the water is moved? Because there was a section which talks about the hydroponics, but there seems to be a circularity in how it's circulating. Does the water from the pool get used? Yeah.
This one, yeah. The water, the rainwater, it's recovered in a deposit, 50 liters, and recovered to the green facade, to the irrigation of, and the water of the showers, the showers of the pool, it's recovered for the waters and BC. And also all the slopes that we have in the green space have draining slips to return water to the water table.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much.